Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Shireen Ward. I am the founder of Ivy Wild, and in this video we're going to be talking hair weaves. Are they protective? Are they good for our hair? Are they bad for our hair? When is it a protective style and when it ain't? First things first, let's just clarify, there's nothing wrong with getting a hair weave as long as it's a protective style. Growing up, I loved me a hair weave, girl. When I say I used to rock long weaves, purple weaves, orange weaves, I've got some weaves that I really shouldn't have done. Red and blonde.
Bruh.
Yeah, I did that. The benefit of having weaves is that you can experiment with different colors, different styles without damaging your natural hair. And that's the main point, without damaging your natural hair. The very first thing I want to touch on is the fact that hair weaves are supposed to be comfortable when they're installed. They shouldn't be too tight. Any braid pattern that you're picking, you want to make sure that the braids aren't too tight on your hair, because again, that can cause some hair loss and a little bit of breakage, damage overall that you really don't want. Your hair's health is the priority in any hairstyle that you rock. If you're leaving a hairstyle on and your hair feels really tight, then that's an indication that it's not installed correctly. If you can't sleep because your hair's too tight, that's an indication that the install isn't done correctly. 9 times out of 10, if that braiding pattern is done too tight, it's going to be tight for a good couple of days. And just think of the headaches that you could be getting. I can name a good few times when me myself got an install and then literally like I can't sleep on the night, like I've not slept because the hair was just too tight. It wasn't just the braiding pattern that was too tight. Like this person that used to do my hair would sew it in and really yank the thread to make sure it's really tight in my hair. And to her, in her mind, that's how you know that the weave is installed properly. It needs to be tight. That's what she used to tell me. Something else you really do not want a tight install or tight braiding pattern to lead to is traction alopecia. Traction alopecia can sometimes be reversed, but not always. I have actually had traction alopecia because I used to go to this lady, that same lady, that used to tell me, girl, your hair needs to be tight, otherwise it's not done properly. And I believed it. I really thought, okay, it needs to be tight. I need to have sleepless nights for my hair to look good. Which is another reason why it's so important you pick the right hairstylist, someone that actually knows what they're doing. And I always say there's a difference between a hairstylist and a professional person that knows how to do hair and actually cares for your natural hair. Big difference. While I've touched on traction alopecia, let's talk a little bit about traction alopecia. Sometimes it can be reverted, but if you're repeatedly pulling at your hair, pulling at the hair follicles, this stress on your scalp will eventually cause permanent hair loss. If your cornrows or your braiding pattern is too tight, don't be shy. Make sure you speak up to whoever's doing your hair, or if it's yourself doing your hair, be kind to your hair, be gentle with it because it's fragile. My next tip would be to avoid cotton thread and use nylon thread. Cotton thread is a big no-no because it draws moisture out of your hair. It also takes advantage of weak points within the braids and actually can cause breakage on your hair as well. So quick recap. Number 1, make sure that your braiding pattern isn't too tight. Number 2, make sure that the thread that you're using is nylon rather than cotton. My final point and most important point is again reiterating that your natural hair is more important than the weave or wig, whichever one that you're rocking. Your natural hair is so important that you really need to make sure you're taking care of it. If you take care of your natural hair, it'll take care of you. You have to make sure that in between weaves you're doing deep conditioning, you're using sulfate-free shampoos, that you're using moisturizing lotions and oils, so sealing moisture into your hair. Make sure that when you get the chance you're adding water to your hair and it's getting enough moisture and enough love and care and attention. And that also includes making sure that you're having breaks in between weaves. Something I used to do, and this is really bad, is I actually used to have my hair done at this same lady's house. I would actually get a sibling to help me take it out on an evening and then literally go and get a fresh hair weave the next day. Needless to say, this was not healthy for my hair. Your hair needs time to breathe. Enter Ivy Wild. This brand that I've created is specifically for afro and curly hair types that lack moisture. We specifically created this range so that you can get the right products for your hair so that you're able to care for your hair in between weaves and wigs. Conclusion. Sew-ins do not damage our natural hair. The issue is poor care for our natural hair. We have to make sure that we're having enough patience with our hair to actually help it to grow and nourish and flourish underneath any hairstyle, whether it's a wig or a weave, and then you get to rock any kind of hairstyle that you want to in between. Another big no-no is the lack of knowledge. That's why I've written this book for you to learn about your natural hair. Understanding your hair types, scalp psoriasis, contact dermatitis, vitamin deficiencies, scalp conditions, the lot. So make sure you're using the right products, Ivy Wild products, and make sure that you're actually going to a hairstylist that cares about your natural hair too. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I helped someone out there. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.